Episode 17, Wolf, Alice, Blue Weekend.
Jesus fucking kill me. I'm going to die.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 4 Guys 1 Album with Antidote To Chaos. How are we all doing today?
I'm doing fine and dandy.
Chronically depressed.
What are we on? Episode 17 today.
I hope it's 17 now, you know.
It is a nice, not sunny day outside.
Slightly overcast.
And we're still not quite in no lockdown at all, but we can still do it. We can still be here in person.
Exactly. Enjoy it while we can. Because it's probably going to go next week.
Nah, mate,
Before we know it.
Be reading, right? I'm telling you.
Before we know it, we'll be back in lockdown and be doing it over video call yet again. Be like, no!
I get my jab soon, so then stop me spreading it.
I'm getting my jab in 2 days, you're getting your jab in 3.
I'm probably going to get mine maybe this week.
You've already got yours.
I have mine.
Yeah.
So
There's loads of jabs going in the valleys.
Why? Plenty to spare.
Used up on the Welsh Wi-Fi.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Jack, you have the question for today, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
yeah.
I believe.
So it comes from Ed Truby, King, and his question is just simply, is it coming home? Is it coming home?
Right, well, after that
I think there's only
Scotland game.
I mean, at the time this episode goes out, we will have just played the Czech Republic.
Right.
We could have already gone out by the time this episode goes out.
Who knows?
If we're still in the tournament, I'm going to say, no, it's not coming out.
It's not.
Yeah.
But quarterfinals, I'm telling you.
I can see that. I can see that.
Just sack Southgate, man. He's just not good enough. He's just not. He's a waistcoat merchant, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I can't be arsed.
Who is those people in the SU a few years ago who came up to me and said I look like Gareth Southgate?
I mean, you do a little bit.
Do I?
Get a picture of Gareth Southgate.
I
Then Josh.
I don't wear waistcoats. I don't wear waistcoats.
You should wear waistcoats.
Can you imagine if you wore waistcoats everywhere? You know, like how some artists,
fucking
like
warm.
I've seen a lot of
Top
artists
hat and
do that.
monocle. That's what you want. Look like a hunter from Bloodborne. That's what you want to do.
Oh.
Gets to like promote like a tour or something, and it's like, oh right, so we kind of want you to go for the same like fashion sense up between the four of you. What are your ideas? And then Noah's like Bloodborne.
I'm going.
It's like
I'm
this
either
gothic
going
top
full
hats,
Bloodborne
waistcoats.
or full old-fashioned dress.
Old-fashioned dress.
I
Well,
like-
like, should
you
we
know,
all wear
the-
corsets?
Yeah, proper one of those. I reckon. One or the other. I'm not bowing. It's one or the other.
We don't sign.
It just isn't the
It's not
contract.
possible. We're not doing
Sorry.
Need to wear corsets. We're at the signing like paper. We're just
Sorry, honey. The corset and the Crocs stay on during sex.
And the waistcoat.
No, it's just there like signing away, dead quick.
Wait a minute, I'm seeing nothing in this contract about corsets.
Or Crocs.
What's going on here, lads?
It's like the only thing you want out of the contract. Never mind like a grant to produce
That's how
music.
records
Just
come
want,
out.
like, a corset.
That's what's wrong
We're not
with
doing
the
this for the
recording
money.
We're doing this for the corset.
This is what's wrong with recording studios and recording companies. They don't give a shit about waistcoats, man.
Or corsets.
Or corsets.
Corsets.
Do you imagine if we get sponsored by like a corset company now?
I would wear it
in the
every
future.
episode.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
This week's episode sponsored by corsets for men.
Could you imagine?
I'll be calling
Just
you.
every video.
I really hope it
Merch.
gets sponsored one day.
Man, oh my god, ATC.
You want an ATC men's corset or a women, any corset?
Any.
Any.
One
For
Let-
your,
let-
what- do you want
let
one
us
for your
know.
cats? We'll get one for your cat. if you want.
let us know in the comments. Cat's corset?
Why not?
A cat suit. A cat suit.
Suit.
So, in short, it's probably not coming home, but it kind of is, because it's always.
It's always coming home because no one's gonna stop singing that fucking song.
It'll come home a lot earlier than.
We're going.
Yeah.
You ever see that video?
Come home
of,
with a defeat.
There's like a video online of like definitely a couple at like a holiday resort and they buy a pool. And then he's like, it's coming home. And she's like, stop saying that. And he just goes, fuck off. And just throws her in the pool.
best thing I've seen from the Euros this year, there was a bunch of Scotland fans that went down to London to like just party around as the game was on. And they got arrested because they went into Leicester Square where this like water fountain was, and they made a foam party just by putting loads of washing up liquid in this fountain. And they were just like playing around there, and then they all got arrested, and I was just like, oh. See, that's why I love football, for shit like that.
For the shit and giggles.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's just it's not that serious. It's a sport where you kick about and shout things, but like the banter side is just too good.
It's definitely resurfaced. You know, because of everything being in lockdown.
I mean, it's like the only thing that people can watch.
Yeah, like, you know, like it's proper, like it's had a big turnout. That's the word I'm looking for. And it's really dope. It's really cool.
Well, hopefully, football fans in stadiums means concerts come back sooner. So it's only a
Yeah,
good
well,
thing.
as we're filming this, download pilot is happening.
Download is occurring.
With
The very, very livelihood of all events from this point onwards is in the hand of a load of sweaty metalheads.
yeah,
Do us proud, lads.
You know,
Do us proud.
Do us proud.
That's
Don't
what
let
it
us
means
down.
by it's coming home. It's fucking coming home. Right, anyway,
So
on with the album. This is yours, Kieran.
Oh,
so
we
I'll let you-
did have the second little quick question, didn't we? About the when are you getting a haircut?
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Soon.
Alright,
Soon. I mean, I feel like
to the album.
I feel like it's because I've done it. Josh and Nora
I don't
kept
like
their
it.
hair. What did you say?
I don't like it.
You're like, ah!
I'm
You get used to it.
I'll get it cut at some point, but it's still going to be kind of longish. I'm just getting like a shaved side and like it's styled a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's just not. To be fair, it'll be longer. It's just not going to be like a fucking mop.
I am planning to grow it back out again. It's just not yet. It's like no.
Pain.
Yeah. It takes about 8 months. It's fine. I have time.
Mine doesn't take long to grow back at all. Like I cut it short and it grows back like in a few months. It's ridiculous.
Give me your jeans. I want your jeans. Take them off now.
Demonetized.
Anyways, what are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about my album. It's an album that came out last month, actually, I believe, or during this month. I can't exactly. I think it was this month. And it's Wolf Alice's third album, Blue Weekend. Now, I'm a big fan of Wolf Alice. I got into them after their first album, saw it pop up, and I've just followed them ever since. I've seen them live, I think 3 times now. So like, I find them great. So I was interested when they were going to announce their new album because I really rated their second one. And then I had to listen to this third one, and I thought you guys would like a listen as well. But even though now I look in retrospect, even I've got some gripes with the album because when I compare it to the first two, because Jack, you listen to Wolf Alice, so maybe when you'll agree with me that it's just not the same as the first two.
It's different.
It's different.
It's more mellow.
Well, I'll start with my like cons from it. So
Start with.
cons. Only like because
Well,
like
let's change things up here.
mix it up.
Nothing stays the same.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Wolf Alice, just please go back to album 1, please. No, but basically, it felt like a safe album to me, considering I know how their back catalogue is as well. There's no like risks as well, because Jack might get this a bit more, because I think you two have not really listened to Wolf Alice.
No, this is my
the first one, yeah.
Experience
as well.
So it was like there wasn't that many risks. I want to say like they took on Visions of a Life, which was the second album, which they did like some. Do you remember the song Sky Musings on like that? And it was really good because it was just spoken word of her ranting about, I guess, feeling anxious on an airplane, and like there's like lines about like the air hostess coming up to her and she's like, you know, she like wanted to ring her seatbelt around her neck or something because she was do you know what I mean?
Was
I
they
was
playing
like,
in the ground or in the sky?
it was definitely in the sky from the monologue.
If she was panicking whilst it was on the ground, I'd be like, oh, just
No, it's like
Simply.
just get a grip.
get a grip, Ellie, get a grip.
It's not taken off yet. What are you doing?
You can get off.
Ellie, come on.
Can you literally just walk off?
Yeah, no, I wish it was heavier as well, because album 1 and 2 definitely have more of the guitars take more of the meat.
Like songs like Giant Peach and
Like Giant Peach, Fluffy. You think Yuck Fu from album 2? That was like fucking mental. It was great. Like it just felt it didn't feel as edgy as how they've been before, you know. And anytime it gets meatier. They kind of went for like full synth textures instead of using the guitars. Do you know what I mean? Like in songs like "Feeling Myself," just the synth line comes in instead, and it's like. But
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but it's like where's the like grungy vibes you had, you know?
I do get because a lot. To be fair, a lot of their heavier shit in like previous efforts is like kind of punky. I guess.
Like punky, yeah.
Very like idols. I don't know because I remember listening to the first album when it came out because I was in college at the time, and I remember having the CD at home because I rate the first album a lot. But I actually quite liked this one. I'm gonna be honest.
I did as well.
I like the fact that it's a bit more mellow because. I like Visions of a Life, but I didn't think it was as good as the first one because I felt it was a bit too similar to the first one. Like there were songs they did differently, like Heavenwood and stuff like that. But like I don't know, like this one was a lot more different from the first one. I put that it was mellow. There was like some tasty harmonies. There was like some really catchy hooks.
There was like how can I make it okay?
Can I make it? Okay.
Or what was the other one? I'm trying to think of the other one where it was catchy.
There was Smile, which has the rap, which is cool.
Yeah, they do some like interesting stuff with it, especially like she does, because this is to some of the pros now. Like she does like her signature vocal stuff, like high falsetto, maybe some like quick aggressive, like sassy, like edgy, like you know.
Yeah.
But I felt it was done better in previous albums, you know. But it's still here. One of the pros I did put as well was the fact that now that they have released this album, they've got like a really good variation if you ever to go see them live.
I get what you mean. I mean, the only pro that hasn't been said that I kind of really like, as I really like how her vocals sound on this album. I kind of like how it all just kind of
blends
waves together. Like it doesn't sound clean. It kind of sounds a bit rough, and like as we've had many a debate on production on here. I like that it's not just like
it's like a little throwback to the first album.
Yeah.
Like me and you were talking about the other albums, and you two are like we've not heard of it. Like do you remember? Is it Turn to Dust? That you know when it near the end and had the song No Hard Feelings. I got that Turn to Dust vibe again. I was like, oh, that's a nice like throwback to like the kind of roots. But that's mainly what the pros entail for me. Like, it's comfy in its roots, and it calls back to some stuff. There's catchy songs. Ellie gives off her her signature like vocal like delivery, and it's great. And despite those cons of me being a little bit like, it was okay, you know, like album. It is a nice change of pace, I think, for Wolf Alice to see them do maybe more of the ballad stuff, you know, like Last Man on Earth.
See, I really didn't. I wasn't a big fan of Last Man on Earth. Considering that was the main single, I was like, really? Out of all of the track list, you thought that was the one? I don't know. I mean,
and then
it's not bad.
The other con I put as well was like, it didn't need to end on the beach too. It was just a bit like you could have just ended.
I do really like the beach, like the OG.
The first one,
the beach.
The two was just like.
The only other con I've got is I really like Play the Greatest Hits. It's kind of punky. Kind of just comes out of nowhere. It's like kind of mellow. It's like, we'll play the greatest hits. It's what the fuck's going on?
I think this is a very like from I guess from our perspective as first time into this band. Yeah, this was generally a very mellow album, but then you did get some songs like Play the Greatest Hits and sort of.
It felt like a bit disjointed in places because it was like there's this mellow song and then there was Smile, and I was just there like, what the fuck? Where is this coming from? And then it goes back to mellow again. I'm like,
perfect.
I'm like lipstick on the glass going into Smile.
I think my personal biggest gripe with this album was it managed to hit so many different like variables. Like it was mellow, it had the rock, it had punk or whatever. And yet, unfortunately, I still found it boring as fuck. I genuinely, I found this album really boring. I'm on par with. I think I'm sort of understanding what Josh said when we were talking about Owl Nation, where it's just that I just don't have anything to say about it. I'm literally listening to it, and I'm just like, if I was painting and I was listening to this album, I'd be more interested in the painting. If I was painting a wall,
that's the strangest analogy
I've
ever heard in my life.
It's background. Like I don't know. I just felt like it was a bit background music. I just felt I could stick it on and just like switch off and just not even pay attention to the music. You know, like when you've got the TV on and you're falling asleep. Some people just have to have the TV on to fall asleep. I felt like it was just a bit like I just don't have to pay attention to it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because when I did, it was really boring.
So
I think Smile was good though. Smile was, like, there were a few songs on there that were good, like the Beach one. Beach 2 is a bit shit. But Smile's good. That Punk Greatest Hits one, that one was decent as well. There were a few songs, and I just found myself getting a bit bored.
I do think there were I think maybe too many songs on that more mellow side. Like, I wasn't even a huge fan of Delicious Things. I think it was a bit too long. But I don't
remember.
I did like The Beach as well. But what I will say, production wise in this album, I do like it. Sounds very natural.
Yeah,
and I do like that.
I do agree.
Points for production. I gotta give it points for production.
Yeah,
but The Beach specifically.
The first one.
The
opening track.
The first one, like, as soon as she comes in, her voice is so quiet. Like, I guess there is a bit of dynamic on this album, but like to the point of I could barely hear her.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not? Did no one else?
I kind of like that though. I don't know.
Maybe, but the way because we're conditioned to listening to Wolf Alice, so maybe we've not noticed.
I think with like maybe just for the sake of trying to suit the mellow sound, maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe they were trying to go for a little light drone or something that would eventually build in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does get loud.
But
there's some nice like vocal layers and that. Some really nice vocal harmonies.
I felt
all throughout the album.
I felt like it was trying to be a bit psychedelic as well. I
got that as soon as Delicious Things came in. Yeah. I was like, am I listening to Pink Floyd?
I mean, yeah, but I felt like it was the bad side of psychedelic music in the sense of, alright, it's a little bit too open and a little bit too airy, a little bit like too much space between everything. You get what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, to compare it to Pink, which I know is a completely unfair comparison to Pink Floyd. But if I was to compare that sort of psychedelia to this sort of psychedelia, it'd sort of be like Pink Floyd just sort of made it a little bit more interesting. They had these little, you know, parts or like little slight note changes or little added percussion or whatever. They'd add something to it that would just sort of still keep you a little bit interested, whereas I felt this was just very airy, almost to the point of ambient.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it does help that I literally listened to one and like I've only just broken the surface of start listening to ambient music. I listened to quite a lot of Aphex Twin over the past 2 weeks.
Brian Eno as well, quality.
And then I heard this and I was like, oh yeah, you know, more of the same. So like, I don't know, but yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. Yeah, I don't fully disagree.
I think what didn't really help either was I kind of went in with like this is completely my issue. Like I went in with the name Wolf Alice, and I sort of thought to myself, oh right, okay, this is going to be some kind of like proper, you know, rock kind of.
Yeah, I did think it was going to be a little.
And then I heard The Beach and was like, oh. And I think that again, that's my own fault for sort of perceiving it.
To be fair,
I guess I wasn't sure what I was going in.
I didn't know what to expect.
With you there.
I mean, they do have heavier songs.
Yeah. I've heard I've heard of them before, and people say, oh yeah, they're well heavy, all this and stuff, and I was like, oh, fairs. You know what I mean?
When people say they're one of, you know, because obviously people say, oh, they're well heavy, don't listen to heavy music. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're like, you know.
They get punky.
They get punky.
Kind of people
they have good energy.
I'm thinking, like you say, Giant Peach, Fluffy. I think You're a Germ's a bit heavy as well. I know. You're a Germ. Yeah, I think you two would probably enjoy the earlier stuff. Probably like probably still have like, you know, the same kind of maybe overall impression of them, but maybe you'd probably find the rockier stuff more like because even I like I say, even I do a little bit. Because when I first listened to that album, like when day one when it came out, I was like, oh, this is sick. Then a week later, I was a bit like...
See, I was kind of the opposite, because I heard Last Man on Earth and was like, this is shit. I was just like, I don't want to listen to this. And then usually like we're doing this for the review, I was like, balls. and then we listened to it, and I was like,
to be honest, I applaud them for doing something new, because like songs like Last Man on Earth they've not done before. Like, you know, a song that starts with piano, pretty much.
No, I don't even think they've used a piano.
Yeah. And then I don't know.
Base an album around it.
It suits, you know. But
it does suit her voice. That's
yeah. Well, should we give it a score then?
Yeah, this could be like a little quick one. Okay, no.
Speed run.
Yeah,
20-minute adventure party.
Do you want to go from Jack to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. So yeah, like there were some banging songs. I actually really enjoyed the mellow bits. The only gripes I have with this album is I don't really like the main single that much.
And that was Last Man on Earth.
Yeah, I'm not. And some of the flow between the songs is a bit kind of meh, but I do actually really rate it, and so I gave it an 8.
I give it an 8.
I give it an 8. Yeah. I've listened to some of the songs like quite a lot since.
Yeah, I've noticed I do that as well. Like the singles, I go back to.
I've got my favourite tracks written down in my notes now. So I've got The Beach, How Can I Make It Okay? And Lipstick on the Glass is so good.
It's very good. That high falsetto.
I'm gonna listen to that in this episode.
I think there are some great songs on this album, and I do appreciate how like a band of this sort of size are doing something that sounds like really natural. So, but I don't think there's enough there that I would come back to this very often.
Yeah.
But I don't dislike it, so it gets a 6 out of 10.
Gets a 6, nice.
Yeah, I think. Alright, where to put this? I like.
If you want to go lower than 5, you can.
No.
It's Van Weezer.
It's a free country.
No, I like some of the songs. I just feel like album structure wise, it's a bit disjointed. I kind of just feel like it was trying to be something and it didn't quite reach what it wanted to be. And I mean, that's fine. It kind of becomes its own thing in itself. But I just kind of like, I don't know. I went in not really knowing what to expect and still came out quite disappointed. Yeah. But there are some good qualities. Production as well is really, really nice. Production's nice. Good songs on it. I think overall, I'm just going to give it a 5. I think
5.
Yeah.
So what did you give it again, Jack?
6. I've got it on here.
Oh, you're counting it out.
Calculate.
No, hey, we're way ahead of each other.
A plus B equals your album's trash.
Your album's trash. Yo, that shit's fucking trash, dog. Get it in the bin.
Know your place, trash.
Know your place, trash. Yeah, I honestly, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to give it, because I do like it because it's Wolf Alice, and, you know, like I say, obviously I've been to a few of the shows and I really like it, but to me, I can't justify giving it like a high score, because it's not impressed me. Like, I feel like Wolf Alice is one of those bands where they just release good albums. If you get like, you know, it's not going to be terrible. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But they've got their own like niche.
Not some sort of consistency.
I'll be interested to see what they do with album 4. Now that we've got all this. I think because I do keep coming back to it, you know, like some of the songs like How Can I Make It Okay, and like you say, Lipstick on the Glass is like
it's quality. It's quality.
It's a banger.
So
granted, the last tune, The Beach 2, lets it down a little bit for me. You know, it's like okay.
Yeah.
I think I'd go 7. I think I would go 7 because I do keep going back to it. Yeah. I'm gonna go 7. I feel like too ashamed if I give it a 6.
Well, that takes us to 26 out of 40.
Ooh,
that's pretty good. That's a pretty good score.
I don't have the leaderboard up, I'm going to be honest. So it's on the leaderboard.
It's on the leaderboard.
It's between somewhere. These two albums.
It's between Origin of Symmetry and Van Weezer. somewhere
in there.
Between 19 and 38 out of 40.
Somewhere along those lines.
Quick maths.
Fair dues. Well,
in that case, that's all we've got time for this week. But we'll be back next week talking about
what was next?
Something else. You'll find out next week. Be sure like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and
every social.
The Discord server.
Of course.
The Discord server.
We need you to send us questions. That's what we need for these questions of the day. We need them. We
just
can't
any old crap. Any old crap that you can think of.
Also, the more
anything.
people that join the Discord server, the more things we can do in Discord.
So we will grow in power.
Yeah, join in. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. We've been Antidote To Chaos.
See you later, losers.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. It's coming. Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. Soon in the ocean, causing a commotion, cause they are so awesome.
Has anyone got wood?
Got wood?
What?
A bit of gnarled bark.
What?
What are you saying, Noah?
I wanna die.
Okay.
Right, let's just fucking
Gamer Gung.
Episode, what is this? Episode 17?
I believe now,
God,
yeah.
I've done
What?
this